Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Watford versus Manchester United preview. It's Saturday, 3 o'clock kick-off at Vicarage Road. Solskjaer is expected to be in charge for this game, but it could be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's last game in charge for Manchester United. Manchester United are coming into this game having only won one of their last 6 in the Premier League. Manchester United lost their last game to Man City 2-0 before the international break. It was a very poor performance against Man City. The goals in that game came from Eric Bailly. He scored an own goal, and City's second goal came from Bernardo Silva. De Gea saved us from humiliation in that game, because I recall De Gea making 4 fantastic saves in the first half against Man City. After the Man City defeat, Solskjaer did admit that Man United were outclassed by Man City, and he said the Manchester City defeat was a big step backwards. Man United are sitting 6th in the Premier League at the moment. Now, the last time Manchester United played at Vicarage Road was back in December 2019, and Manchester United lost 2-0. Watford, they lost their last league game to Arsenal 1-0. They're sitting 17th in the Premier League. Watford's manager is Claudio Ranieri. Watford appointed Claudio Ranieri back in October, and Ranieri signed a 2-year deal. At the time of the appointment, Watford were sitting 15th. Before Ranieri, Watford had Cisco, but Watford decided to sack him. Ranieri, though, is a pretty decent manager. He's managed a lot of clubs in his managerial career. Don't forget, when he was at Leicester, he won the title with Leicester. I do know quite a few of Watford's players. Obviously, one of their key players is Ismaila Sarr. I think he'll be in contention to play in this game. Watford have also got Emmanuel Dennis. They brought him in the summer transfer window. They've also got Joshua King. Don't forget, Joshua King was at Manchester United at one point. You know, he was in our youth setup. Watford have also got a player called Hernandez. They've also got Pedro. They've got Ashley Fletcher. Watford have also got Tom Cleverley. You know, he's a former Manchester United player. If he plays in this game, he'll be reuniting with Man United. Watford have also got Dan Gosling. They've got Craig Cathcart. They've got Sissoko. I think they got Sissoko from Tottenham. They've got Danny Rose. I think they also got him from Tottenham. One of their goalkeepers is Ben Foster. he's the former Manchester United goalkeeper, and obviously if he's in goal for this game, he'll be reuniting with Manchester United. So there you go. Watford have let some players go. Obviously they loaned out Quinny, and they also loaned out Andre Gray. They offloaded Troy Deeney in this year's summer transfer window. Troy Deeney went to Birmingham. They also offloaded Craig Dawson. Dawson's at West Ham now. Well, at one point he was on loan, but then obviously West Ham got him on a permanent basis. Watford also offloaded Will Hughes, and they offloaded Isaac Success. Watford have got some injuries. Christian Cabaselli, he's out with injury. Ken Sema, he's out with injury. Baha, he's out with injury, if I've pronounced his name correctly. Etibo, he's out with injury. And they've also got a player suspended, and that's Juraj Kuka. Manchester United have got quite a few injuries. Obviously, Paul Pogba's out with injury. Pogba's going to be missing the rest of 2021. Pogba suffered a thigh injury in France training. Pogba may never play for Manchester United again. Don't forget, Man United are prepared to sell Paul Pogba in the January transfer window. Well, it'd make sense to sell him in January rather than let him go on a free next summer. Pogba has only got one game now to serve in the 3-match ban he got, because Pogba got sent off in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool. Pogba did play in the 2-2 draw against Atalanta, and he was very poor in that game, and reflecting on his poor performance, he got heavily criticised. Rafael Varane, he's out with injury. He's got a hamstring injury. He's out for around 3 weeks. It's a second injury he's endured at Man United. Because not so long ago, Varane had a groin injury, and he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. He initially made his return in the 3-0 win against Tottenham, and he put a good performance out against Tottenham. We've also got McTominay out. He said he's got a virus. Edison Cavani, he's also out with injury until December. He was out with injury earlier on this season. Luke Shaw has also got a concussion. He came off injured in the 2-0 defeat to Man City. He had to be replaced by Tellez. Luke Shaw was very, very poor against Man City. He was the main culprit for Man City's second goal by Bernardo Silva. So there you go. After Watford, Manchester United play Villarreal in the Champions League group stage, and then after that it's Chelsea. Now, just want to give you some more news on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Manchester United have decided that they'll have to replace Solskjaer, but it's unclear when they'll sack him. Man United are now planning for their next manager to replace Solskjaer. Now, Brendan Rodgers is the favourite to replace Solskjaer at Manchester United. Brendan Rodgers is still house hunting in Cheshire. Man United are confident that Brendan Rodgers will be their next manager. The Manchester Evening News said the other week that Man United are ready to trigger Brendan Rodgers' contract clause if Solskjaer gets sacked. And it said the other week as well that Brendan Rodgers has apparently already verbally agreed to become Man United's new manager, but his preference would be to wait until next season, because it said he's reluctant to leave Leicester midway through the season. Well, Brendan Rodgers is preferred to Zidane. Should Brendan Rodgers replace Solskjaer? Now, if Rodgers comes to Manchester United, will he get us back to that level where we should be at? Would he suit the strappings of the club? Would he get the best out of these group of players, and would he be capable of winning trophies at Man United? Well, let's put it this way. Rodgers is a far superior manager to Solskjaer. You've got to admire what Rodgers has done at Leicester. He's been at Leicester for almost 3 years, and at Leicester so far he's won the Community Shield and the FA Cup, and he's got a contract with Leicester until 2025. Zinedine Zidane, there's still a lot of narratives coming out regarding him. Zidane is open to replacing Solskjaer at Manchester United, but there's one problem. Zidane's wife is not attracted to the idea of living in Manchester. Man United have made progress in talks with Zinedine Zidane. Reports said last month that Zidane wasn't interested in the Manchester United job. But my preference certainly would be Zidane over Rodgers, because I think Zidane would succeed at Manchester United. Zidane is available. He left Real Madrid in the summer. Zidane has got a good pedigree behind him. He won a lot of silverware when he was at Real Madrid, so he deserves credit for that. He's not yet managing the Premier League, so it'll be good for him to come and experience the Premier League. Like I've said before. Well, Zidane's close relationships with Ronaldo and Varane could persuade him to join. And Ronaldo's already said that he wants Zidane at Manchester United. Ronaldo knows Zidane well because Ronaldo played under Zidane when he was at Real Madrid. Solskjaer, he returned to the Carrington training ground yesterday. Last week, Solskjaer was away in Norway after he granted his players a week off. Reports said the other week, like I updated you, that Solskjaer's waiting to be sacked after leaving Manchester. It did say earlier on this week that the Man United board had made no decision over the future of Solskjaer. And Romano came out a couple of days ago and said that Man United want to continue with Solskjaer for as long as possible, with the view to assess the situation in the summer. And last weekend, Duncan Castles came out and said that the senior stars want Solskjaer sacked. And recently it said 8 Man United stars feel misled by Solskjaer with the broken promises he made to them during the summer. Solskjaer is aware that he's under serious pressure following back-to-back home defeats to Man City and Liverpool. Solskjaer should have been sacked after the humiliation to Liverpool. If we'd have sacked him after that game, I can assure that Man United would have got Antonio Conte. After the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool, it had said Solskjaer had been given 3 games to save his job and he only won 1 of them 3 games. When Man United sack Solskjaer, they'll have to pay Solskjaer $7.5 million because in the summer he signed a new 3-year contract with an option of a further year, and Manchester United certainly made a mistake giving Solskjaer that contract, and a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. A lot of United fans have said before that if Solskjaer really cared about the club he would resign, but he's not going to resign. He refused to resign after the humiliation to Liverpool. But the expectations are far too high for Solskjaer to exceed as Man United manager. Solskjaer is not capable of winning trophies as Man United manager. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. And Solskjaer's in a position that he shouldn't be in. I hate to say this regarding Solskjaer, but I'm just being realistic. But he has been given long enough at the club now. He's been Manchester United manager for almost 3 years. And the reason he's lasted as long as he has done is because he's a legend of the club. Disregarding him being a legend of the club, I think he would have been sacked a long time ago. Reflecting on our poor performances though, not all of the blame stems from Solskjaer. Yes, some of the blame stems from him. Obviously his tactics and his team selections have been questioned a lot, but there's also players that have to take responsibility for those poor performances. Solskjaer has no proven pedigree as a manager. That is a big concern. Before Manchester United, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before then, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. He got sacked from Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got them relegated. At this moment in time, Manchester United are in a predicament, and the way to get out of the predicament is a change of manager, and structural changes are also needed at the club. You know, the board have backed Solskjaer really, really well. You know, they continue to back him now. They backed him well in this year's summer transfer window. You know, Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. You know, made 4 signings. 3 of them were major signings, and we spent around £141 million. Ollie's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. And you know what? Manchester United have got a very good squad. So we should be doing much better than we are. But the reason we're not getting the best out of a lot of the players is because we're a team of individuals. we don't actually play as a team. If we played as a team, we'd be in a much better position than we're in now. But Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Manchester United it was going to be a massive job. Not only a massive job, a difficult job as well. Despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, because Ole is managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. But when Solskjaer's sacked, he will be the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson. Because Man United have already sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes after 10 months. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years or so, despite him winning the FA Cup. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning 3 trophies in his first season. So Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update with today. Later on I'll be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. Plus there'll be other videos coming up. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.